Late summer in Pokrovsk, and everything revolves around water.
Mom asked us to please get some water. We have transport. It's difficult for her to walk, to carry.
This is an ecological disaster.
The water supply in this town is dry. What's provided in these barrels is wet, but it's not safe to drink. The town provides some drinking water, but it's simply not enough for everyone. People like Irina Boroshnova have to organize that themselves. She takes us to her house. Irina is a mathematics and physics teacher, but like most villagers here, her family lives off the land. The lack of water, even for irrigation, has become an existential threat.
That is early cabbage. You see, this is later cabbage. You can tell from the leaves. We've got broccoli there.
They used to water their crops from the Kakhovka reservoir, but since the dam was destroyed, that's no longer an option. They spent money on drilling equipment to dig a well. They could only afford to go 36 meters deep. They can use the water for the fields and around the house, but it's not good to drink.
When I was brushing my teeth in the morning, the water was like baking soda. It feels like I'm rinsing my mouth with baking powder solution.
Villagers like Irina here in Pokrovsk feel they're being left behind, while in nearby Nikopol, city dwellers may have water, but have different worries. From here on what used to be the bank of the reservoir, you can see Russian-held territory. Zaporizhzhia nuclear power station is just 10 kilometers away.
They occupied that city on April 3rd, 2022. They entered with their troops, and it became clear that they would terrorize us from over there.
He tells us the city can use what water is left in the reservoir, but the Russians are trying to stop them. Every so often, the Russians hit their target.
The shelling continues today, and it's worse wherever there's a pumping station. They shell more in order to deprive us of water.
Leaving the people of Nikopol without water until service is restored. The regional administration is working on a permanent solution. They're laying a pipe to connect Nikopol to the Zaporizhzhia city water system. They hope to be done before winter. There's no such plan for villagers back in Pokrovsk. Irina and her husband Volodymyr planted less than normal this season, knowing water would be scarce. But she plans to plant more next season, hopeful the new well will help keep everything going at least for a while. Not long ago, the water that filled this basin helped feed this village, and people would swim and sunbathe on the rocks. Irina tells us villagers say that because there is no water, wolves are crossing over from the other side.
Maybe it would be good for the ecosystem, for nature, for animals, but it would be bad for us, for the residents of the village itself.
No one knows whether the dam will be rebuilt or whether nature will be left to take over the basin. She says the villagers say if the reservoir is not filled again, they'll probably all have to leave.